past the... Why is there a coach there? Hello everyone, I'm Tech and welcome back to Forza Horizon 4. Now today with us we have the fantastic 1998 Toyota Supra. However, for this video we're going to be stepping back a few years from this lovely thing, because we're going to go from a fairly well-known Supra to one that maybe isn't known as well. This one, the Toyota Supra 2 GT from 1992. Now yes, I know I have a few of these, but we're going to be driving this one today. As we can see, at stock it weighs 3,300 pounds and has over 200 brake horsepower. So let's go ahead and load it in and go and drive it. So here is our Supra from stock. Now it starts off in C-Class, which really isn't too bad with 200 brake horsepower, and it drives fairly okay. So like usual, I'll let you go ahead and have a listen to just how this thing sounds. I know English, I'm sure. See, doesn't sound too bad. Once again, I'll do the thing where you can have a listen to it when we get to the tunnels, but for now, let's go and turn this thing back around, very slowly drift our way out of this, and we'll go and make our way all the way to the festival, and go and see what we can do to this car in terms of upgrades, and also what we can do in terms of paint as well. Because for this car, there's a very good little upgrade that you can do to this thing. So, let's go and check it out. I did a good job of stopping that was cool. Right, to the upgrade shop. Let's go. Okay, so here we are now at the upgrade shop. And now, before we get into any of the details, we're going to go over to aero and appearance. I know you want to go to the engine swaps and see what we can get, but I just wanted to show off this, that we have a full Carminari sort of look for this car. And a dual lock as well, AB Flog and Bomex, as well as your standard Forza Aero. And of course we have several different wing options. That wing which is awful, and that which arguably kind of looks worse because, you know, it's a Supra with no wing. Looking to the back, we of course have all these back bumper options, and we also have these are the side skirts for the car. Again, 3 different options to choose from. Now, the part that you're all waiting for. Because if we go to conversions, we have a wide body for it. Look at that. It's got a wide body. It's not too crazy, but it has one at least. And now the bit you've all actually been waiting for, because I've teased it long enough. The engine swaps. Like usual, we have this, the Turbo Rally. We've got a 2.6 litre, which I believe is an RB, but I'm not quite too sure. A V8, which is probably a sin to put in this thing. And everybody's favourite, a 3 litre inline 6 twin turbo straight out of a 1998 Toyota Supra. Basically, that is your 2JZ. Now upgraded, this thing can make some serious amounts of horsepower, so I'm going to go ahead and do some tuning. But before we do that, let's go and hop over to the paint and go and see just what we can do to paint this thing up. Okay, so here we are, and the first thing that I see immediately is there's advanced paint groups, so paint group 1 and paint group 2. So paint group 1 I think should be, yep, that's the base coat of the car, and paint group 2 I think is this little stripe here. Honestly, that looks kinda nice. I like that. And of course we have some manufacturer colours too, such as this red, this sort of greeny blue, this very blue, grey, a black, and a white, which are all very nice fancy little colours. And honestly, I like that. As you can see, some of them have this little black strip included. This one doesn't, but if you go down to the white, it does, which is also pretty cool. So, I'm going to go and throw some tunes onto this thing, and then we're going to go and take it for quite the drive. Right, let's go and put some tunes on this thing, and let's go. Again, to the track strip. But before, of course, we go to the track strip, we have to have a look at the Spring Forzathon Weekly Shop. We have the 2019 McLaren 720S and the John Cooper Works Mini Convertible. Both some pretty decent cars, and this one over here can go for, let's just say, quite a lot on the auction house. I just know that for a fact because I was having a look when these were listed and the prices were something else. Right, now let's go to the drag strip. And as is typical with the British weather, we of course have some rain. And somebody's Super 7 car, which I can't get rid of unless I go all the way over here. Right, this is on the stock engine, so let's go and see what we can get out of this tune. As we can see, we've got some lights on the side. This thing can happily brake boost. Just. Right, let's see. Staging. And go! I was a bit late going, but let's just see what we can do with this thing. And then, of course, we've got quite the tune to throw onto this car. Let's see. 128 through the camera on the stock engine. I know I can definitely do better, but I had to put this tune together about 2 minutes before I started recording. So I'm going to go and throw on the tune that everybody wants to see, which is the 2J, and we'll go and see just how good this thing is on the drag strip. Okay, so here we are now with the wonderful 2J tune. Let's go and do some brake boosting, get everything prepped, and go! So much speed off the line. This thing is kind of mental because it's running 1,600 plus brake horsepower. Has 191 through the camera. That is absolutely crazy. So what I'm going to go and do next when this thing eventually decides it actually wants to brake is I'm going to go ahead, throw a road tune on this and go and take it out to the motorway and go and see just how well this thing can do with its top speed. Right, let's make our way over there now. Okay, so now here we are over at the motorway with the stock engine making around 500 brake horsepower. I wish, it's more like 441. But let's go and make our way down here and do the usual method of the who needs roundabouts, let's just go straight across them and try and throw that monster out the way. Ah, that didn't quite work, did it? Right, take two. Okay, so back across the roundabout we go, past the Mazda, past the... Why is there a coach there? Moving quickly on, let's try and give this another go. This time I'm just going to start here and not have to deal with the traffic. So let's go and see what this thing can do with its stock engine. Let's go past the edge of the transit and try and stay on the road. Past the Beamer and whatever that is that just shot past us. Now we've just shot past them. The joys of recording this online, huh? Right, let's go and make our way past the Land Rover. Let's try and stay off the wall. This is the downhill section. This is where we're going to get most of our speed. Let's see, can we hit 200? So I think this thing has a really good chance, top end, of reaching 200 miles an hour. In fact, there it is. We're across the road slightly, but that doesn't really matter. 200, 201, 202, 202. Not too bad. So let's go ahead, throw on the 2J tune, and then go and take this thing for a drive. Something tells me this with the 2J tune is going to be scary to drive. Let's just say that. Okay, so here we are now with the 2JT tune, and I can already tell you 1,600 horsepower on the road is kind of scary. Let's just put it that way. So, in the time we've been talking, we've beaten our top speed already. And this is still just going straight up the motorway. It's madness. And that's a concrete wall. So from what I can tell, this thing is going to be pretty well kitted out, I guess, for the next part of this video, which, well, if you've been keeping up with the Forza Horizon 4 content, you know exactly where we're heading next. First, let's go and take this thing around here. Oh no. Oh no. Ow. That's a building. So here we are now going back through the tunnels. We did hit 264. Let's see, can we get better? Can we get 270? Nearly. We nearly got it. Oh, and we're off the road. And gone. We're in a field. We're a scarecrow now. Right, 269. Very nice. Let's try and see what this thing can do with the next stage of the video, which involves us going straight back over to the Horizon Festival. Let's go. Again. Like, third time this episode. Why do I keep saying that? Oh well, let's go to the festival and go and see how well this thing can drift. Okay, so here we are now over at the festival site, and I'm running a 481 horsepower rear-wheel drive on a brilliant little drift tune. So let's go and throw this thing into everybody's favourite little drift zone. Like usual, we'll give this thing 2 tries on this, and we'll give it 2 tries with the 2JZ tune, which I think is going to be quite crazy. So, run number 1 bagged us 28,000 points. Let's go and spin this thing back around if we can, and go and take it on for number 2. Right, let's see. Keep it going, keep it going. That's not keeping it going. That's really not keeping it going. Can I just, like, reverse my way out of this? Close enough. 30,000 points. Right. Let's go and throw a 2J back in this thing. Alright, so here we are now with the 2J back in this thing. And yes, this is rocking the same livery as my S13 does, but I'm still working on it for this car. So let's go and throw this thing into our drift zone. Let's see, keep it going. We've already beaten the top score set on run number 2. 50,000! We got 50,000 on the first attempt. Honestly, Do I even need to do a second run? Well, I guess we're going to do one again anyway, just to be sure, but 50,000 on the first run with the 2JZ. Honestly, this drift tune is probably going to be a pretty decent tune, that's for sure. Let's see, can we keep it rolling, can we keep it rolling? 49,000. Okay. Yep, this thing's going to be quite the car. Oh, wow. Now, the way you get it from this one is you get this car from the seasonal event called Is That a Supra? And yes, sticking around to the end of the video, the sketch we all know and love will be there. But yeah, that is how you go ahead and get this car. You just have to complete that seasonal adventure, which is B-Class Toyotas, and yeah, that will land you at one of these fantastic little things. I mean, just look at this. I've got this in fourth and it's handling these corners beautifully sideways. I mean, look at that. Perfect. Honestly, I love this. I love this little car. It's got so much power, and if you tune it right, which I clearly didn't judging by how I did that corner, but if you tune it right, it does have a lot of potential. So, yeah, I love this little thing. Okay, so closing thoughts on this car. I adore it, and honestly, if you get the chance to get one, go for it. If you want to get one of these after the spring has passed on Series 37, because that's how I said how you get this thing, well, then you can keep an eye out on the auction house, as I'm sure a few will pop up on there for you all to have a look at. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. If you're new here, feel free to go ahead and press subscribe and turn notifications bell to all. I upload twice a week, so that'll be 2 videos for you to enjoy. So yeah, if you like this stuff, feel free to go ahead and leave a like to let us know you like it and you want to see me do more stuff like this, because I've got quite the idea in mind for an upcoming Forza Horizon video. I can't say too much about it, but let's just say it's going to be very, very tricky. But anyway, feel free to go ahead and leave a comment. I love to read your comments and I try to reply to as many as I possibly can. So that's it for this video. Thank you very, very much for watching. And for me in this fantastic little Supra here, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. Dude, is that a Supra?